Hi everyone, welcome to the channel dedicated to sharing the profound insights and wisdom of Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier. If you're new here, you're in for a journey that expands your mind and consciousness, bringing you closer to understanding the messages from the fifth density Andromedan extraterrestrials. For those returning, we're grateful for your continued support. Before we dive into today's enlightening content, we have a small favor to ask. If you find value in the knowledge shared in this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your engagement helps us amplify Alex Collier's message, allowing us to reach a larger audience with these vital messages. We'd also love to hear from you, so please engage with the comments below. Whether it's a question, your thoughts, or even just an emoji for the sake of engagement, every comment counts. We read every single comment, and your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, as it all contributes to our mission of expanding this community. So please don't hesitate to leave your thoughts below. Additionally, if you'd like to support us further, consider giving a super thanks tip by clicking the heart with the $sign. This small gesture allows us to continue bringing you more of Alex's messages, unfiltered and directly from his lifelong experiences with the Andromedans. Today's video includes a compilation of several of the many important questions Alex Collier has received over the past few years, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
Why have they not been caught on the big lie of Jesus' crucifixion? It's a big lie I read recently. Why to create such an awful thing? Very good question, isn't it?
That's such a great question, and look at it this way. I guess there was a time where martyrdom carried a lot of weight, and the thing about martyrdom is you draw people in emotionally to martyrdom, and then when you spill the lie that he died for our sins, that he gave his life for us, that in many people has brought up guilt, which is a very manipulative emotion in itself. Now, whatever the truth is regarding that whole scenario, just look at this. Okay, we have been taught that he's the Son of God and we should all worship him. And there is no way we can be free without him. And yet, supposedly, his own words were, "These things I do, ye shall do greater, if ye have faith," which implies we're equal. So which is it? Okay, which is it? Are we equal? Are we brothers and sisters or not? Which is it? I choose to believe that my relationship with the Creator is my relationship with the Creator. Why do I need to have somebody punch my ticket? Okay? I don't believe we need a middleman. I think the personal relationship we have with creation, the isness, with God, with whatever name you apply to that, Great Spirit, whatever name you call it, or however you relate to all that is. The relationship is personal with the source. I can tell you that in the fifth density, there are no messiahs. There are teachers, but there are no messiahs. There are no masters either. Okay? There isn't anyone who knows everything about everything. Doesn't happen. Okay? So, but it's a personal choice. There are a lot of people who are very comfortable keeping that spiritual empowerment outside of themselves. They're very comfortable with that and giving their power away And then there are others who are not comfortable with giving their power away and who would rather mature spiritually through School of Hard Knocks, the University of whatever it is, and through just making errors and figuring it out and empowering themselves through that. Because in the end, regardless of whatever the journey you take, all the broken pieces always find their way home. Okay? All of them find their way home. So, you're going to end up back to source anyway. So, you choose the road. It's your road. It's your experience. Okay? Whatever you choose to believe, it's your road. Okay? But don't choose to disempower yourself. For what reason would you do that? For what reason?
Alex, do you mean that AI was created before souls?
No, it's not what I mean.
No.
Okay, now my understanding is that AI was present in this third density holograph before souls were introduced. You understand? But third density is the bottom of the rung. It is not the highest level. The highest levels closest to the creation were made first. They weren't made last. Okay? The harmonic tone started high and came low. We're low. Got it? We're the lowest harmonic tone. And it's all color, light, and sound. So we're the lowest harmonic tone. That's third density. Before souls came in and began to inhabit physicality, create physicality, to magnetize areas of the holograph with thought to manifest physicality, because it's all done with intent. AI was here. It had a specific purpose. That's all I know. Then the souls were brought in. Souls weren't created. Okay. Souls are not created on third density. Souls are created at the highest frequency, the highest tone. Okay? What happens is many of us agree to fall into the concept of time and end up in 7th, 8th, 5th, 4th. And those of us who are really brave, we come into third density. Okay? And we experience exercising thought, creating intent, manifesting physicality, creating physicality, exercising power, and then when it's all said and done, we get back to the prime directive, and that is, how did you love? Okay? Creating love. And then we leave, and then we're done with third density. That's a snapshot. Okay? But we're all created somewhere else. None of us, and I have said this for years, none of us were born and hatched as souls in third density or on Earth. That is just not how this works. Okay? So we inhabit physical forms to experience certain things. That's what it's about.
Do you think that our ET mentors will scoff or belittle our ideas and belief systems, or do they hold the belief that you can always learn something new? That's a very interesting way of looking at it. Yeah.
Okay. I can only share my personal experience with my mentors. But I have to assume, and I'm going to assume, I know that's dangerous, but I'm going to assume that they're across the board very, very similar. Theseus once asked me, why is it that you believe what you believe? And I explained to him, well, because this is what we're taught and this is what it is. He said, okay, but why do you believe it? You weren't there, so how do you know it's real? And I couldn't answer that because I really didn't know. My response to him was, well, that's what I was taught by my family and my dad and my mom when she was alive, etc., that this is the way it was. And he would always say, well, there's a different perspective. And then he would lay out something that was a completely different perspective, which ultimately made a hell of a lot more sense. And many of those conversations came when I was younger and I was talking about religion. I wanted to know about God. I wanted to know about Christ. And they would listen. They wouldn't laugh and say, God, that's ridiculous. You're an idiot. They would never say anything like that. Okay, they would just say, well, there's another perspective. And then they would share the perspective. And they left the decisions to me, okay, to choose. They were always open to questions. Well, Morine mostly. Theseus sometimes is pretty fussy. He could be fussy. But they were always open to questions and they encouraged questions about their perspective. And the more I asked questions about their perspective, I would automatically see the fallacies of the belief systems that we had been taught here. They simply didn't hold up anymore. But never once would they ever shove something down my throat, and say, this is what it is. You either believe this or I'm going to put you in the airlock. That never happened. That would never happen. The whole point of genuine mentoring is to empower you with the truth. But the only way you're going to know it's true is if you get it yourself, that you experience it yourself. Okay? That's the only way you're going to know what's real for you. And that's been my experience with my mentors. And I would expect that when we get to that stage, we would have mentors like that. Because remember, the stronger we are, the healthier we are, the healthier the galaxy is. You understand? It's all a relationship. They wouldn't come in and create disease knowing that later on they would have to fix it. No, they would do it right the first time. They would fix it so that we're strong and we're healthy, and therefore, we are part of a healthy organism, which is known as our galaxy. Okay, all life forms, they want everybody on a level where, everyone's good, everyone's strong, everyone's loving, everyone is solid. Okay, no one wants to deal with bullshit. They just don't. They have their lives too. They don't want to hop dimensions to come down here and fix something. They just don't want to do it because it takes time away from what they're doing, their own evolution, to come down here and deal with our stuff. And I can tell you, this whole experience with this rogue group here on Earth and this whole corner of the galaxy, when it's resolved, the lessons here in third and fourth and fifth of those involved in fixing this will be in textbooks forever. It will be a model of how to do things, how to see things, how to recognize issues and problems the correct way. It will be taught in space academies forever, because this is unique. This is a very, very unique situation in our galaxy. So it's extraordinary. It is, and they're all here right now. You know, everybody's here. If we were to suddenly rise up against the New World Order and say, we want to be free and independent, we want to be a free planet, we want you to get out of here, we couldn't ask for a better audience than those who are here right now, because they're all here. They're all here. So, which is why it was suggested.
Good idea, eh?
Hey, it's
So,
food for thought. It's food for thought.
was there a timeline that had a disaster in 2012?
Yes, there was. But that timeline was altered by not only our consciousness, but also by intervention. This is complicated, but you all know and you've all heard about parallel realities. And I have said this, and I know that other speakers have talked about how parallel realities or timelines have been merging into one. Okay, well, the forced merger of a particular timeline caused that disaster that was meant to occur in 2012 to move into a more positive timeline. And that's what happened. And there are still timelines merging. In fact, I think there's just one left, one timeline that's left to be merged. And I'm told that there is some merging. It's infrequent, but at times they do merge. And it's where people see modern cities in the sky. Those are cities, those are future cities of Earth where we are living in space, in the atmosphere, and it's like the Jetsons. We're cruising like the Jetsons. That's what it is. That's what's waiting for us. But it moves in and then it moves out. It's a fluctuation. But that's the last timeline. And that is a very, very, very positive timeline. That timeline represents us moving away from all this stuff that we don't want in our lives right now. So, but I couldn't give you a date when that's going to happen. I don't know. That will depend on humanity. You know, again, the focus. It all depends on the focus of humanity. How bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough to create it? You know, and to own it? You know, to create the domain of the knowledge and the knowing to create the reality you want, as opposed to letting someone else, completely unseen to you, tell you who and what you are. That's what you got. That's what you got right now. So, and that's not working for most of us. You know, like 90% of us, it's actually not working. So,
actually, that's a fabulous idea. I always call it the organic timeline, the one that wasn't interfered with and like had all of Tesla technology. And like today, we would have those floating cities and things on there. Has the Earth moved from the arm of Sagittarius? This is a galactic level question.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to that specifically. Is that like the astrology thing? Is that where that question comes from?
It's supposed to be that we are in one galaxy and there's another galaxy that is interpenetrating this galaxy that is kind of hooking us up and schlepping us away from the original one or something. That's one thing that I've heard. I don't know if that's
Okay. I get that. When it's put that way, I understand it. The galaxy we're moving to isn't in third density. Okay, it's in fourth. That's where we're going. We're going to be slingshotting out of third into this galaxy in fourth, and then we will be slingshot into a galaxy in fifth. That's how this is supposed to work. That's the model that apparently has been created by whatever is the universe. The original thought, the creator of the original thought. That's the model.
As a planet or as a solar system?
As a solar system, the entire solar system is supposed to move. We're not going to another solar system in third density, or to a galaxy in third density. We're leaving this galaxy for another galaxy in fourth, and then we will have a rotation or two, and then we will be slingshot into fifth. That's how this is supposed to work. It's done in stages, okay? Because remember, when we share the same space, when we leave one frequency for another, everything changes, okay? Because it's a symbiotic relationship. It's like you walking into a room, or if somebody walks into a room of people and you feel their presence, it shifts everything. That's no different. You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you know, our little Terran race, we're different. I'm not saying we're better, but we're different. We have a frequency that's us. Okay, we have these enormous extremes of emotions, which is energy, huge energy. We have these genetics, okay? We're different. We have a completely different frequency. And there is a assimilation process that occurs with anything, okay? And that process of assimilation has to occur before we can then move on to another frequency. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm starting to get it. It's like the galaxy that we're in has a certain charge, a certain voltage level that only takes us to some level, and if we go further, we go into a fourth density thing. It's got a higher voltage, so we can be charged up higher. Is that right?
Well, that's exactly right. That's why all the spiritual energy is hitting us now. It's getting us. It is integrating us and helping us to assimilate to fourth density. And then once we get to fourth, we will be experiencing the exact same thing from fifth, so that we can assimilate moving into fifth. If we were not meant to do this, we would be stuck in this frequency. But we're not. We're moving past it. We are moving through it. Clearly something is occurring here that is changing our frequency forever. It's a permanent change that is occurring to our species, to our humanity.
Hurrah. Now, check this out. There we go. Can you see that?
No. Well, I don't need to see it as long as the people can see it.
Let me just say, all right, present to everyone.
Yeah.
So there's Pan for you.
Well, I hope it's a good picture. But yeah.
Oh, you can't see it. Okay, hang on a second. I'll find another one.
It doesn't matter. I want them to see it.
Yeah, they're not seeing it either. So let me just get another grab it. I've got
various. Anyway, folks, you can find that yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, the moon pan. It's an ancient Lyran arc. Okay, yeah. And all I know is that it's had three owners, three different star nations have used it, and I don't know the full story about how it got here, but it may be connected. My gut instinct tells me that it's directly connected to the first colonizations of Mars.
Thank you. There's another. What we noticed is that we were looking at them. That they all had this kind of flat it would look like epoxy putty, that is magnetically oriented, so the thing would sit in a solar system in the magnetic cavity, which is where everything sits. And they all seem to have this rim around them. Even like I was saying, we were seeing iapetus, like a seam.
Sure. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that like a gravitational stabilization ring?
So it would harness energy. Right.
Oh,
so
even harness energy.
Channel energy, and it would create an equilibrium. A stability. Sure. And also, and hear me when I say this, as it would attract particles of energy, photons and the such, don't be surprised if we find out on the inside that the propulsion systems would use that energy to recharge itself, so it could continue on its journey wherever it was going. Because there are no gas stations. You would have to use something that was commonly everywhere as a propulsion system, as a fuel. So obviously they would create something like that, because you just can't pull over and get gas somewhere. Okay, it's not a combustion engine. You would have to use what was readily available, whether it be hydrogen, whatever it is. You would need to be able to attract it to you using an energy field, so that you could take it in, process it, and refuel your propulsion drives. So basically free energy.
Isn't there something about this area, this solar system in particular, that is like a kind of cosmic gas station on this cosmic Great Ninth Highway or something?
It was a trade route. It may still be a trade route. But, it's unique. I mean, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, they are very, very unique planets, and they have been under a great deal of study by other star nations because they are so unique. And I don't know how far I should go on that. I don't want to get cut off again.
Oh. So, thank you. I really appreciate this close to the edge of being cut off kind of information. This is why people want to hear you, because you've got the stuff like just on the edge, on the blade.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it insightful, please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on future updates. If you have any questions relating to today's video, please also leave them below. We read all the comments and take on board what our viewers have to say about Alex Collier's work. Remember, your support helps Alex Collier's knowledge and the messages from the Andromedans reach more people. If you'd like to support the channel even more, you can give us a super thanks tip by clicking the heart icon with a $sign. It really helps our team bring you more content. Also, be sure to visit alexcollier.org to sign up for our regular email newsletter. It's the best way to stay updated with the latest news, exclusive content, and upcoming live webinars. For the latest insights from Alex Collier, check out alexcollier.live. And if you want to explore over 250 past webinars, head over to alexcollier.tv. Thank you for being a part of this journey and supporting Alex Collier's work. We couldn't do this without you, and we're genuinely grateful for your support. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the vast mysteries of our universe. If you would like to see the Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.